Hi there everyone, it's Sarah here, and I thought I'd make a card today. I wanted to use up scraps of cardstock that I had left over as offcuts from a previous project, and I thought I would do some die cut shapes and make cards with them. So that's the plan of what I'm going to be doing. I've already started it and I thought, do you know what, I should just record it for YouTube. So that's what I've done. I'll talk you through what I've done so far and we'll just finish off doing the cards. Now I was left with offcuts of paper from a project that I had done a couple of days ago, and I thought, do you know what, it's really good cardstock, I don't want to throw it out. And I thought, what can I do with it? So I have some little dies. Now these are from Clearly Besotted, and this is one of the smaller leaves, and I thought I'll cut out a bunch of leaves and I'll colour them up. And I'd recently stocked up on distress inks that I didn't have, so I've got tumbled glass here, broken china and weathered wood. Out of all the distress inks that I have, these were, for some strange reason I didn't have them, but I have the distress markers in them. So what I've done is, for this one, I just ink blended, I'll rewind a bit. I die cut 3 out of this little strip and I put a bit of masking tape on the back to hold them still while I ink blended colours on the front, and then I got my little distress sprayer, sprayed some water on it, dabbed it off and dried it, and this is the effect that I've got. So if you can see these little leaves there, seem to be wanting to focus. Hang on. There we go. So if you can see the leaves there, I've just blotted off some of the water, and it's lifted the ink because these inks are reactive with water. So the next step that I did was I die cut another 4 and put the masking tape on the back, and what I did was I squished the ink onto the mat and then dipped my cardstock in and dried it. So I dipped and dried about 4 or 5 times with this, and this is what we got. Some really cool effects. So I've got one more to do. I've got one here that I've die cut, the 4 leaves. I've put my tape on the back so that they don't shift, and I think I'll do some more of these. So all that I did was I took my ink blending tools, now I'll just dip this one in the weathered wood, and I just coloured them up. And applied the colour. There's no kind of rhyme nor reason about how I'm colouring these. I'm just adding colour to each of the leaves, starting off the page and then pulling the colour in and over all the leaves. So that'll do for that. Let's go for some tumbled glass. It's a really pretty colour, this one. I don't know why I didn't have this one before. Let's just put a little bit at the bottom of that one, and then we'll go in with broken china, and I'll just try and bring this in round the edges. And there we go. So let me just put the lids back on my inks because we're done with these for now. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick a little bit of water on my mat and just clean up from when I went over the edges. And I'm going to take a clean piece of tissue paper, and all I'm going to do is spritz some water on top of these leaves, and you can see it's already starting to react with the ink. Now you can either leave it like that, or you can blot it off, or you can dry it to stop it from reacting further. I'm going to stop it in its tracks, just there, and then that's the effect that we've got on these leaves, which is pretty cool. I really like those. So I'm just going to take my heat gun and just give this a little quick blast. Then what I'm going to do is just pop these up and off of the tape. I think it's probably better if I took the tape off and then just popped them out. There we go. That's a better idea. These would look superb on winter cards, these little die cut leaves. I'm still trying to plan out the card in my head as I'm going along here, because I've not decided what I'm doing with it yet. I suppose I should really plan before I... These are coming a little bit more easier because they're not as less saturated as those ones were. There we go. And I'm not throwing out these at the moment because I might be able to get little stars or something out of this. There we go. And if you wanted to darken up your edges, you can just by giving them a little touch up with your distress tool. Okay, right, so I'm finished with this mat at the moment, so let's just pop that away just now and get some cardstock out and make some cards. What I'm thinking is a card base with a coloured layer with another white layer on top of that with maybe 3 or 4 leaves and a little bit of stamping at the bottom. The other thing that I'm thinking for some of these is cover them in glossy accents and cover them in a glitter, a bit like the Tim Holtz Distress Glitter. I've got that kicking around somewhere, but that'll be for another card. Anyway, let's get on with this and see how these go. Okay, cardstock. Okay, so for our little leaves, I'm thinking 3 on each and just pop them up. I quite like. Okay, so this is a clear stamp set from Clearly Besotted Stamps, and this one is called Most Wonderful, and it's the most wonderful time of the year. Merry Christmas, which is a lovely saying for down at the bottom here, which I think will go perfect. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and then Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from our family to yours, which is a nice one too. But this is the one that I'm going to be using here. See that Merry Christmas? I think that's perfect for the bottom of that card. So we'll get that one out. And I'm thinking, will I emboss it or will I just stamp it? I'm not sure. There we go. Now we just need dimensional adhesive. And I had some kicking around. Oh, here we go. For our little leaves. And I'm going to put 2 on each one just to keep it stuck down. So that's a light one. To excuse chunky barking. So that's that one. I'm just going to put these on and then that's it done. I'm going to put the middle one on first and kind of centre it, and then put the left and the right on. So that will do there. There. And that will do there. And you can see how thick this cardstock is when I'm trying to fold it over. And that's our little cards finished with our layer and our sprinkled background and our nice little leaves, and you can see the embossing, the clear embossing powder on that grey archival ink. So that's a pretty wee Christmas card. If you want, you could put stickles on it. One of the clear ones like crystal or diamond, just to make it, give it a little bit more sparkle, and put that on some of the dots in the background. That would work too. Let's get some of the dark ones and see what these are going to look like. Okay. In fact, I might actually make these my Christmas cards this year. It would be easy enough to kind of mass produce these, you know, if you got all your stages done first. You could get all your little leaves inked, then you could get them all, the stickers on the back just waiting ready to go. You could get all your card bases cut, and then you can get all your layers cut. There we go, that's another one done. And then obviously you can put a sentiment on the inside. So that's the ones that are a little bit darker compared to the ones that are a little bit lighter, if you know what I mean. These ones were dipped onto Distress ink on my mat, whereas these ones were put on with the Distress blending tools, the ink blending tools, and then water dripped on them. So just the different kinds that you can do. And again, putting the middle one on first. And then the two sides. And I kind of decided to do these. I could have just done one, and the video would have been a lot quicker, but as well just doing 3 while we're at it. There we go, and that's our very last one. Like I say, it's a really thick cardstock. I think it's something like 350 GSM, that one. And there you have it. So that's our 3 Christmas cards done. And that didn't take long at all. So there you go, just a wee quick idea for you. It was fun to have you crafting along with me, or me crafting along and just talking away to the video camera. It makes me work. It makes me get my projects done, and it's fun as well that I can get to share cards being made from start to finish. So thanks everybody for taking time and watching my video, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.